What's up, Bills Mafia? I got 7 things to watch for when the Buffalo Bills play the New Jersey Jets Week 1 Monday Night Football. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is VZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, I got 7 things to watch for when the Buffalo Bills play the New Jersey Jets on Monday Night Football, Week 1 of the NFL. By the way, shout out to the Detroit Lions for upsetting the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday Night Football, opening kickoff of the NFL's 2023 season. They won 21-20, and man, that was a really good game. And I listen, I live in Detroit, and man, I'm happy for those dudes, man, because Detroit's been they've been suffering, guys. So listen, I know the feeling. We all do, right? Bills Mafia knows what's up. So congrats for the Week 1 big victory. You can't take nothing away from Detroit. That was a tough game. I know the Chiefs were missing some players there, obviously some big names, Kelsey being one of them. But listen, man, the old Detroit Lions would have found a way to lose that game. The new Detroit Lions, they find a way to win a game, and that's you gotta say congrats on that. Big claps for them. So let's get to this. And by the way, special shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article once again. And by the way, there is 7, but I do have another bonus one that I'll throw your way. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so the first takeaway is Terrell's debut. Terrell Bernard, that is. The Bills named Terrell Bernard their official opening day starter that will replace Tremaine Edmonds at middle linebacker. That, despite not seeing him play all during the preseason due to a hamstring injury. Tyrell Dotson left plenty to be desired with the reps he did play. This is going to be some debut for Bernard, and on primetime football nonetheless. Man, I agree. Listen, we know, let's be real, first of all. We know nothing about Terrell Bernard. You may think you do, but you really don't, because we haven't really seen him in-game action as a starting middle linebacker. We would have liked to, but he had a hamstring injury during preseason. But what does this tell you? This tells you how bad Dotson's play was during training camp and preseason. And Brandon Beane, and I love him. I do. Sean McDermott, love the guy, but you made a mistake. You gambled with Dotson, and it failed. It backfired. And now they really have no choice but to start Terrell Bernard, who, let's be real, they don't know much about either, only from what the little minimal work that he's done at middle linebacker, starting with the ones. So, but that being said, I'll take my gamble on Bernard all day over Dotson. And by the way, when Kirksey learns the playbook, I have a feeling he will wind up being the starting middle linebacker unless Bernard really shows his worth and shows up Week 1. Which we're all hoping. Listen, I am hoping for that. I really am. But we got to be real at the same time. We know we don't really know much about this kid, but we're gonna find out very soon, right? So, all right. So let's get to the next one on this list. Rodgers at the helm. The reason this game is on the national spotlight has much more to do with Aaron Rodgers signing with the Jets this offseason than anything else. That will be the largest storyline of Monday night. How does the very different Jets offense look in its debut? How do the Bills handle it? Many in Buffalo will hope it takes time for Rodgers to settle in with his new teammates. Listen, who's to say you're going to get the Rodgers of, the MVP Rodgers, right? I got to say, last year, Rodgers didn't look too good. The year before, he was okay. He was good. Listen, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, okay? I'm not going to take that away from Aaron Rodgers. However, he is getting up there in age, okay? And yes, I get it. Tom Brady, almost 50, whatever you want to say, playing at a pretty high level. But even Tom Brady started to cool off towards the end there. And that's probably why he retired. And that was a smart thing for Tom Brady to do. Aaron Rodgers, listen, when the game was on the line last year for his team to go to the playoffs, all they had to do was beat the Detroit Lions, and they got spanked at home. Embarrassing loss to the Lions when all you had to do is win and you're in. So once again, I didn't think he looked too hot last year. He's a coach killer. Listen, man, if he's not happy, he's pointing fingers. And this is a very young Jets team. This is a young head coach in Saleh. It's going to be very interesting to see how they mesh together, especially when things aren't going right. So listen, am I concerned? No, I'm not. I know what you get out of Aaron Rodgers. I've seen Aaron Rodgers. We've played Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I think the defense of the Jets worries me a little bit more than the Jets offense. The offensive line is meh, right? They're okay. Maybe. I think they're below, maybe average. They're not the best. And Aaron Rodgers is not mobile, not what he once was, where he can get out of the pocket, scramble a little bit. And this Bills defense has a big surprise for a lot of offenses this season. So, yeah, I'm not sold on the Aaron Rodgers hype train that he's going to lead this Jets offense to a Super Bowl. All of a sudden, they're going to be this 13-win team dominating the East. It's funny. It's funny to me how national media switches real quick, and they're going to learn real quick what Buffalo Bills are all about and why we have run the AFC East the past 3 seasons. Anyways, let's get back to it. All right. The running back rooms. All right, let's see what they say. While the quarterback always gets the commentary, both teams have some new look running back rooms as well. Of course, they're connected. James Cook will get his first run as the Bills' #1 rusher. He's joined by Damian Harris, who could get looks in the red zone. Also, Latavius Murray, who everyone forgets. Cook's brother Dalvin joined the Jets this offseason. He's expected to be ready to play week 1 alongside Breece Hall, who is returning from a knee injury. The ground game always feels like it makes its mark on the game when the Bills and Jets meet. I agree. Listen, that is a concern because the Bills have yet to really show me that they could stop the run. They get gashed on some big runs, right? And it's weird because sometimes there'll be a game where it seems like we're stopping the run, we're doing good, and all of a sudden 75 to the house. And they got to figure a way to, stop that from happening, really, especially the big runs. And Dalvin Cook did it to us last year when he was with Minnesota. I think it was like a 65, 70-yard run. You can't have that happen. You cannot have that happen. And that happened to us in preseason this year with a run. It was a 65 yards, something crazy like that. You cannot allow that to happen. And we have done it year after year. Now, I'm going to say it's McDermott's new style defense, but it happened in preseason this year against Pittsburgh on a McDermott defense. So you can't really say Frazier, right? That's a Frazier thing because it happened on McDermott's watch as DC. So he has to figure a way to correct that issue. Now, could that mistake against Pittsburgh because maybe Von Miller wasn't in there, right? Miscommunication. The middle linebacker Dotson, once again, out of place. There's a lot that factored into that run. But, yeah, we got to nip that in the butt for sure. Let's go to the next thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get back to this real quick. James Cook and our running attack. It will go as good as the offensive line allows it to go, meaning the offensive line needs to run block. They need to create holes for the running backs. If they continue to do what they've been doing under the McBean era, right? It will fail. The running back room will be just as we are used to it, right? Which is no production. If the offensive line holds up like I hope they do, like I think they will, then we will have a good year on the ground. But once again, this goes back to the offensive linemen doing their job, and that is run blocking and also obviously pass blocking. But I do believe in this offensive line. I do believe that we got a lot younger and we're healthier now. We got good depth now. We drafted the man Osiris Torrance, which I'll get to later. But yeah, as long as they do their job, this running back room with James Cook, Damian Harris, Latavius Murray will do their job, in my opinion. And that will help out this offense. That will help out Josh Allen tremendously. All right, now let's get to the next one. All right, O-line versus O-line. Buffalo and New York. Whoa. Hold on, Bills Wire. It's Buffalo and New Jersey. Buffalo, New Jersey. Wow, look. See, you got me so upset. I can't even talk. Buffalo and New Jersey mirror each other in the trenches. Big names on the defensive side and spotty play on offense. The play in the trenches is always overlooked. But whichever offensive line holds up better could be a huge deprecating factor. Wow, I can't talk today. The Jets will have Quinnen Williams leading the line from the middle against second-round rookie Osiris Torrance and the newly added Connor McGovern for the Bills. The Bills are without Von Miller. Can Greg Rousseau and free agent signing Leonard Floyd pick up the slack? Okay, so let's talk about the O-lines. First of all, I already told you about how I feel about the Jets O-line. I think they're average at best. Now, on our O-line, I just explained to you guys everything, right? I think we got younger. I think our depth got better. This is definitely the best O-line in the McBean era, in my opinion. And that's why, because we got younger. We stopped going out and getting these older free agent offensive linemen who are on their last leg and they don't provide anything for us, right? And that's been the case for many seasons now. What did Bean do? He went out and got McGovern, right? That was one of his first picks in free agency, right? He drafted a younger Osiris Torrance who's going to be a beast. By the way, got very lucky that he drafted Osiris Torrance, who fell to the second round, which many GMs are going to be kicking themselves for not drafting this dude. Anyways, back to it. Also got David Edwards from the Rams, who's a younger offensive lineman, who's a Super Bowl champion as well. Very good depth offensive lineman. Then you got Deion Dawkins, who's now working next to a better left guard, and McGovern, right? A guy that's proven, right? Now, I will say this about McGovern, though. There was some good and bad in Dallas. He needs to show us and be the good McGovern, right? Let's hope we get that, right? While he's here in Buffalo. He's on a 3-year contract. So let's just hope McGovern finds his way now that he's with a good offensive line coach in Aaron Cromer. By the way, there's no knock on Dallas. Dallas has had great offensive line. So let's just hope he can find his way here, okay? And just show us the good side. Now, you also got Mitch Morse at center, who's probably like around a top 10 center, I would say, who's still doing his thing. The only real question on this offensive line, in my opinion, is still Spencer Brown. Now, I believe in Spencer Brown. I still think Spencer Brown can improve as a right tackle, but this is my last year in saying that, okay? If something happens with Spencer Brown this season, meaning he goes down with injury again, misses games, or he's just getting beat over and over, then we need to move on from the Spencer Brown experiment, and they need to draft or sign a good right tackle this coming off season. So, but for now, I still believe in Spencer Brown. I still believe he can do it. But hey, we'll see, right? Anyway, so let's get back to it. Oh, I'm sorry. And Speaking of our defense for this, by the way, and they're saying Von Miller's out. Yeah, so the defenses will take, obviously be a factor in this, right? And us missing Von Miller is a factor, no doubt about it. But no one's talking about it. Leonard Floyd, man. Leonard Floyd averaging 9 sacks over the past 3 seasons is nothing to shrug your head about, right? That's very good productivity. Gregory Rousseau, who went from 4 sacks to 8 his second year, is a giant step forward, and I believe he's going to get 10 plus. I'm saying 13 on the season for Rousseau. That's how much I believe in that dude. And not only that, they failed to mention this new style aggressive defense that's going to get after quarterbacks more and more with the exotic looks and exotic blitzes that McDermott's going to bring. Now, let's move on to the next. Turnover game. Fumbles have always popped in Josh Allen's game. The interceptions followed in 2022. He needs to cut down from the 14 total he threw. That one was one off from the league leader, Dak Prescott. Can Allen get off to a good start in the turnover category against a defense that sports the likes of Sauce Gardner in the secondary? Man, I cannot talk today. Listen, last year I thought Diggs, played very well against Sauce, especially that first game. Man, I think it was like the very first play. He just he had him on skates, boy. And I also thought Sauce got away with a few pass interference that weren't called. Even the last play of the game, which was like 75-yard bomb to Gabe Davis, in my opinion, was a pass interference. Now, listen, to some they may not agree with that, and I get it, but I love Sauce coming out of the draft. I wish we got Sauce, but it was impossible, right? He's a top 5 pick, right? Sauce is the man. And this Jets defense is very good. There's no doubt about it. But here's my thing. If the offensive line does their job, like I said before, and gives Allen some time in the pocket to go through his reads, there will be none of that, okay? Allen won't have to rush his passes. Allen won't be, scrambling for his life to make a play, right? Because we are a different team. This offense is a different team. Allen has more weapons to go to, but if there's no time to throw the ball, that's when turnovers usually happen. That's when strip sacks happen. That's when bad passes happen because you're trying to force it away, right? Or make a play happen. Protect Allen. He will have limited turnovers. That's where I stand with that. Very simple. Do your job, and we will not have a turnover issue this season. All right. Next up. Let's get next up. Dalton's World. All right, first round rookie Dalton Kincaid played in the preseason for the Bills. A finger injury kept Dawson Knox on the sideline, but he's now good to go. Regardless, the preseason is vanilla. Week 1 will be the first time the Bills unleash their full offensive game plan with 2 talented tight ends. It should look different, and it will. 12 personnel, which I don't think we've ever ran here, is going to be a crazy look for defenses, a nightmare really for defenses, because let me tell you something right now. Dalton Kincaid is the truth. He is the real deal. And defenses are going to soon find out what I'm saying, right? They're going to find out the truth, right? And the truth is this dude is a baller. And that's why the Buffalo Bills drafted him, plain and simple. He's not a tight end. He is a playmaker. Okay, he's a hybrid. He can go anywhere on the field. Love the dude. And he's going to cause defense fits. And I absolutely love the fact that now that we cleaned up the offensive line, Dawson Knox can go back to being the Dawson Knox of 2021 when he had the 8 touchdowns, right? He can go back to that Dawson Knox where he's more involved with the offense. And now you got Dawson Knox more involved in the offense. You got Dalton Kincaid, who's coming in as, let's be honest, the best tight end in out of the draft. really the best catcher, pass catcher out of the draft. It's going to be a nightmare for defenses, man. So I cannot wait for those two to be on the field at the same time. All right, let's get to the next. All right. You got, let's see here, an eye on Benford. Yep. And man, big ups to him, man. After a late surge in the preseason, Christian Benford was named the starting cornerback on the Bills defense across Trey White, another young player being thrust into a huge role on prime time against Rodgers. Good luck, Christian. And listen, and that's, by the way, that's the last of that article. I agree. This is no tough task. This is a tough task, no easy task for Christian Benford going against Aaron Rodgers and Wilson, by the way, who looked really good last year as a rookie. Now, will Trey be lined up against Wilson? Probably. So, but either way, this is a very, very interesting starting Christian Benford in such a big game week one. But I believe in Christian Benford. I do. And even though I thought Dane Jackson had a very good preseason, I thought Christian Benford looked just a little bit better. And he earned that CB2 role. And it sucks that Kaiir Elam has fallen a little bit low on that depth chart as far as CB2 goes. But let's hope Kaiir can find his way, because we really need Kaiir. We do. And we drafted him first round for a reason, okay? But this kid, Christian Benford, man, ever since coming in a 6th-round rookie last year, has proven that he can handle it, has proven that, for a 6th round, being a 6th round draft pick means absolutely nothing if you bust your ass in training camp and you can earn a spot on a team on a 53 and earn a starting spot on a 53, right? So I do think this is a big test for him in his career, even though he did start last year. But this is a big time game, prime time, Monday Night Football. You're going against a future Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, this is a big moment for Christian Benford to shine. Okay. And I think I really do believe in him. So let's all pull for Christian Benford and hope that this dude can have a really good year, because Dane Jackson, for as much as I like what I saw in preseason, I just don't think he's that dude at CB2. Okay. And there's a reason why they only signed him for 1 more year extension, right? They gave him a 1-year contract. So, but yeah, so I do got a bonus. I got a bonus. And that bonus is Sean McDermott. Okay. Listen, Sean McDermott, this is a big, big moment for him. This is a big, big season for him. A lot of pressure, in my opinion. He is doing double duties. He is juggling, right? This team, taking double duties, right? Being a head coach, being DC, right? Things could go bad. They really could. And then if they do, boy, he's going to hear it. He's going to hear it all over, right? National media, local media, Bills Mafia, maybe even the players, right? I don't think that's going to happen, and I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping McDermott accepted this challenge, and he's up for it, and he rises to it. And I'm excited to see what he brings, because listen, the truth is the defense has let us down every single playoff run, in my opinion. Okay. For as much as Frazier, as much as I like Frazier, I do. And I'll listen, I got nothing but respect for Frazier, what he did here. This defense was good under Frazier. Okay. Let's not get it twisted. But in the playoffs, Frazier did not, he did not change his ways, right? He didn't do any adjustments. He stuck to the script every single time, and it backfired. You got to get creative on defense. You got to change things up, especially in the playoffs. You cannot roll with the same thing. You can't be scared of making game adjustments, right? Or game planning a different way than what you're used to. Frazier never did that. He said, hey, I'm going to roll them out. This is what we're going to do. This is what we do, and we're not going to change it. And I think, listen, I think teams expose them, all right? Because better offensive coordinators, when you reach the playoffs, you're playing the best, right? You're playing the best, and they're going to study you. They're going to study your offense. They're going to study your defense. And Frazier just, I don't know, it just didn't click for him. So I really think him moving on was an inside thing. I think it was a respect thing, right? Both parties wanted to part ways on a respect kind of level, right? And I think McDermott wants to bring a little nastiness to this defense because we have the playmakers to do it, guys. We do. And that's what was so frustrating as a Bills fan. It's like you're sitting there, you know what you got, and we don't utilize it. So I'm really hoping that McDermott utilizes it, which I think he will, and show really, everyone what this defense is about. Okay. And I'm excited to see it. And listen, guys, we're so close. Monday Night Football right around the corner. But I want to tell you guys something. Tonight, Friday Night Lights, we will be previewing the game. Me and Mikey. I also got special guest Jarek from Giant Sports joining us. So that's at 8:30 Eastern time. You want to join us? Don't forget. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, man. Anyways, Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.